There's no such recording, no such debate, because there was never such a memo that was ever given out. The Sabbath was always relevant, and it still is today. There's absolutely no evidence that the early believers did not celebrate the Sabbath. None. Matter of fact, as we're going through here, hopefully you can see there's an abounding amount of information that they kept it. And you know what? A lot of the argument comes out and says, well, they never said keep the Sabbath. Well, if the Sabbath is the most foundational law in all of first century Judaism, do they have to tell them to do it when everybody knows to do it? That's like saying that you've had your license for your whole life, your driver's license, that we have to come back, we're going to reinstitute the entire Constitution of America, and now we have to come back and tell you to stop at a red light or stop at a stop sign. It's understood because it's always been there. There's no reason to tell them to do something that is so basic and fundamental to their faith. But here's the number one proof that the Sabbath is still relevant today. Watch this in Matthew chapter 24. And of all people that says this, it's our Messiah. In verse 15, it says, "Therefore, when you see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, standing in the holy place, whoever reads, let him understand. Then let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains. Let him who is on the housetop not go down to take anything out of his house. And let him who is in the field not go back and get his clothes. But woe to those who are pregnant and to those who are nursing babies in those days. And pray that your flight may not be in the winter or on the Sabbath. For when there will be great tribulation, such as not ever been before since the beginning of time, nor ever will be." What are they talking about? He is specifically talking about the end of time, the great tribulation, the very beginning of the great tribulation. And Jesus the Messiah, Yeshua HaMashiach, is saying, do not pray that it's not on the Sabbath. He is expecting that all of his believers will be keeping the Sabbath. If he did not expect that, he would certainly not have mentioned that pray that it's not on the Sabbath, because if it didn't matter, then he certainly would not have said that. So the very fact that he is telling the believers at the end days, right before the Messiah comes back, to pray that it's not on the Sabbath, proves without a shadow of a doubt that in the back of his mind, and I would submit in the front of his mind, he is expecting his followers to believe and keep the Sabbath. Come and join us as we travel back in time 4,000 years ago to discover exactly where the holidays of Christmas, Easter, and even Valentine's Day come from. Why do we celebrate the birth of Jesus on December 25th? Whose birthday really is on December 25th? Where did we come up with December 25th? Where did the star on top of the Christmas tree come from? Where did the Christmas tree itself come from? Where did St. Nicholas come from? Are we sure that St. Nicholas even existed? Have you ever wondered where the famous phrase, ho, 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 comes from? It comes from the late 1600s when they used to have plays, and before the devil would come on stage, he would announce himself by saying, ho, ho, ho. Did you know that original Santa's elves weren't little guys that made toys? They were Krampus demons that would punish the children if they weren't good for that year, while St. Nicholas would give them gifts if they were good. Who is the Easter Bunny? Where do we get Easter eggs from? Why do we celebrate Easter on the first Sunday after the vernal equinox? Did you know that Christmas was illegal in the United States until the mid-1800s? Can we celebrate these holidays according to the Bible? This is by far the most popular video on the internet on the history of Christmas and Easter. This video has changed hundreds of thousands of people's lives, and it will change your life too.